things we can control and things we can't control, our different thoughts, feelings, desires, and dislikes. In short, we are responsible for everything related to our actions. On the other hand, the body, the money, the power, and the fame, anything that is not a natural part of what we do, is beyond our control. This is the first part of the famous Handbook of the Greek Philosophers, or Guide to Life. You need to know that you can't control everything in your life. If you want to live a happy, stress-free life, our job is to focus on what we can control and not worry about what we can't. Other people's opinions and judgments are one of the worst things that can happen to a person. They will almost certainly have an effect on you, good or bad. If you really don't want to be affected, you need to know that you can't change other people's minds or stop a personal attack or insult. When we read the Handbook of Life, we learn what to do when someone hurts us. So the goal of this video is to take 8 teachings or principles from Epictetus's famous Handbook of Life and show how they can help us achieve a state of mind that allows us to achieve anything significantly reduce or get rid of the suffering that we experience. It comes from other people's judgments. In this lesson, you'll learn why you shouldn't worry about how other people think and how to get to a place where their opinions can't hurt you. Consider subscribing if you're new here, so you don't miss all the useful content we create for you. Check out all the content to make sure you don't miss anything useful. It's time to begin. Number 1. Insults or insults. What Epictetus says: always remember that the person who hits or insults someone does not feel insulted, but rather thinks that these actions are offensive. So next time someone upsets you, remember that it was your own opinion that caused the uproar in the first place. Try not to get carried away by how things look. Finally, you have time to relax. It will be easier to stay in control. One way to stop caring about what other people think is to realize that insults or insults are not inherently bad. An insult makes us feel guilty, but this bad feeling arises from how we deal with the insult. When someone belittles you or treats you badly, you believe that the insult will only hurt you if you let it. When you react badly, how much someone can handle bad things, things should show how valuable they really are when you feel offended or offended. This is life. Think about whether you want to win or lose. Do I want to give in to something I can't hold back to show this? Let me compare Stoicism with pleasure. They will always be there. So we shouldn't fight against desire. If we no longer want to be affected by it, the way in which we respond to this desire is what sets us apart, whether we give in to it or ignore it completely. If you can bear not to be upset by the insult, the satisfaction you feel afterwards will make you feel better and better able to move on. Even when things get tough, you probably remember a time when someone said something mean that ruined your day or week. No matter how hard you tried, you should know that I understand how you feel, because we've all been there before. If this sounds familiar, I think you should keep looking at, because the next set of principles is about self-control. Number 2, stick to your goals. According to this principle, we must know what to do if we do not want to be influenced by other people's opinions. But if you really want to understand the philosophy, you should know that people will make fun of you from the start. Get ready to listen to what people say. Suddenly, he became a philosopher. Or where does this arrogant attitude come from? Be careful not to adopt this arrogant attitude and stick to things that are good for your well-being. Remember, if you stick to your beliefs, the people who used to make fun of you will finally admire you. But if you let others convince you, they will laugh at you twice. People who wanted to become philosophers, but it is not necessary to become a philosopher. The Greeks had this idea in that can be applied to all aspects of our lives. This principle is very important because many people ignore their true abilities just to appease those who disagree with them. Epictetus says that if we allow fear of other people's opinions to change our goal, we will fail, not because we tried and fail, but because we gave in to other people's opinions. We should not see this as a failure, but as a real problem. It is worth continuing if someone gives up just to avoid social problems or to prevent others from talking about it. Even if people make fun of you or question you for a while, you will live according to your nature if you continue like this. If you have to make a decision in your life, I think you should think about it. Think about what is most important to you and why you make the decisions you do. Number 3. Don't be stressed if someone says bad things about you. When someone hurts you or says bad things about you, remember that they do it because they believe they are right. However, you shouldn't assume that everyone will always follow the rules you set. Okay then. But it might not be good for her. The important thing is that everyone has their own viewpoints and values, and for this reason we cannot change how others see us. When they judge you for acting incorrectly or unfairly, they hurt themselves because they miss the opportunity to get to know you better and understand you better. Be patient when other people judge you in any situation. Remember, it shouldn't matter too much what others think about you. It's important to know who you are and stay true to your values. Imagine you were a new artist and you had created a painting that was perfect in every way. You are satisfied with your work and its publication on social networks. However, some people say bad things about your art and point out problems with the colors and techniques you used. In this case, remember that these people are free to say whatever they want and that they may not like your style. You can't change the way you feel about your job. You don't have to let negative opinions change you. Instead, you can be patient and keep telling yourself that your work still shows your quality and personalization the way you wanted it. You must not allow these opinions to make you doubt yourself. Number 4. The power of being mentally strong. Epictetus suggested that in our fast-paced world, it is too easy to let external events control our emotions. We often give up our inner peace because of negative external influences, such as a rude comment from a work colleague or an unexpected identification problem. But why do we allow these external things into our minds when we would never allow a stranger into our physical home? The Stoic philosopher Epictetus says that we should respect our minds as much as we respect our bodies. We need to be more disciplined and in control of ourselves. You would never give someone the keys to your house, and you should never allow insults or problems to affect your mood. How to fix the problem? Mental strength, doubt, and rebellion must be built like a fortress. First, understand that an insult is only offensive if you take it that way. You, and not the things other people say, have the power to maintain your inner peace. Stop. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, is it worth losing peace of mind? The next time you feel like you are getting angry or upset, if you use this simple but effective self-control technique, you will often find that this is not the case. Not only will you avoid unnecessary mood swings, but your life will also be better for it. A new feeling of inner peace, a life free from external negativity, and a strong mind to overcome the challenges of life. Think about how free you would feel if you had control over your emotions. Are you ready to strengthen your spirit and find peace again? Stay tuned as we take a closer look at how Stoic principles can change your life. What will you do today to protect your mental home? Leave your thoughts in the box below. Furthermore, we build a community based on what Stoicism believes is right. Number 5. Don't think about living in shame, as if being disrespected was a bad thing. After that, other people can make us sad. Not everything works like that. The truth is that you are only someone in situations that you can control, and that depend on your decisions. These ideas are very important today. Have you ever done something you didn't want to do, but only to get other people's approval, for example, on social media? Many people can become ill from the social validation on these sites. We should ask ourselves if it's worth changing who we really are just to feel good about ourselves. Should we depend on other people for our mental health? My answer is easy to understand. No, you should think about that because at some point we've all been caught doing something that made us feel guilty, but that wasn't intended to harm anyone. What does it matter if they laugh at you or forget you? Are you sure you're happy? It depends on how well known you are. You will never be happy if you live like this because you are not responsible for your own happiness. That's why you'll always be tense, because you have to change to maintain your reputation. One of the most important ideas of Stoicism is to only care about what you can control and not worry about what you cannot control. Don't forget that no one can hurt you if you don't let them. If someone hurts you or speaks badly about you, remember that they are doing what they believe is right. You're right, that not everyone can behave the way you see us, but for them, it makes sense when you go out and find that it's raining. You can do two things. You can allow bad weather to make you angry or bother you, or you can accept that you can't change it and choose not to let it affect your mood. The world around you doesn't change because of your feelings. Your answer is the only thing you can change. You can live a happier and more peaceful life if you learn to be patient and accept that you can't control everything. If someone judges you because they don't understand something, that's their fault. So be patient with people who say bad things about you and keep telling yourself that they think that way. Number 6. Use your best judgment to decide what to do. People shouldn't feel bad when they see us following our values, even if they don't understand what we do. This is part of expressing and knowing who we are, and it takes courage to stand up for our values and beliefs. If we do what we think is right, why should we worry that others will judge us wrong? It is very important to have confidence in yourself and your decisions. Sometimes it's not possible to get everyone to agree on something, and that's okay. This is also true when we are on social networks, where our happiness often depends on how popular we are or how others see us. It's easy for social media to make us rely too much on other people's thoughts and opinions. We can act to please them instead of going our own way. In this scenario, you are a scientist working on a very complicated project. Their approach could be a big step forward and change the way we think about a big problem. There are scientists who will support and recognize your work if you share the results of your research with them. On the other hand, some people are willing to criticize and question your approach. If this is the case, you should not change your research because other people think differently. Instead, follow steps and continue with your work as you think is best. This way, you can maintain your freedom and creative thinking and not have to worry about what other people think. But this view can cause us to lose our independence and who we are. It is important to remember that our own selfishness and our ability to make decisions are more important than what other people think. Constant trust in ourselves and in our values will help us move forward in life. Number 7. Through self-control, you can turn an insult into an insult. In Epictetus said, "We must treat our minds with the same care that we give to our bodies." You wouldn't let a stranger into your house every day if you knew he was a threat, would you? When someone insults us. On the other hand, we let them into our soul and let them stay there for days, because then we let strangers into our hearts, even though we would never let them into our home. Let's say you have a close friend who you trust completely and to whom you tell all your secrets. One day you hear that a friend gives you a bad review and tells someone a secret that you told him in confidence. At first, you may feel very hurt and angry. You truly believe that your soul has been hurt and that you have lost all trust in people. In this situation, you might think that you have let this friend into your soul and caused him great harm. But after some thought, you realize that your friend may have been wrong in the way he saw you, and that his negative reaction should not control your soul. You don't want this event to have a lasting negative effect on your soul. Then choose to try to understand and forgive this friend. This will not only help you maintain your faith in friendship, but it will also prevent you from allowing this event to control your soul. This shows that you are disciplined and in control of your emotions, which helps keep you happy and makes your life easier to get to a place where we can forget the bad feelings that come from one cream's ochre. You need to work on your discipline and self-control. Use this in every aspect of your life, including with your family. When you are angry, you will feel better and avoid a lot of unnecessary pain. If you can control this emotion, your life will change greatly as a result. Number 8. With this 8th rule, no one can harm you. With this 8th principle, we can understand why someone insults others. Furthermore, it shows that we cannot expect everyone to follow your worldview or what you think is right. This way of thinking can be very bad. It is worth considering the following. Can you believe that everyone sees things the same way you do? Such a way of thinking is very simple. This is something to think about. When someone insults you and thinks that they really understand you, you are aware of your identity. Number 8. By this 8th principle, no one can harm you. You know what you're thinking. You know why you do what you do and how you act. You are the only one who truly knows the truth about yourself. So when a stranger insults you in some way, you should ask yourself, have I done something wrong? If you said no, ask yourself, can I understand why the person said this insult? Obviously you can't. Let's say you're having a heated conversation with your friends about a sensitive topic. When someone suddenly starts to harshly criticize your point of view, they tell you your mistakes and disagree with you based on Stoic philosophy. Here's how you can deal with it. First, think again about your opinion and see whether it is supported by evidence and good reasoning. When you are sure that your opinion is valid and logical, defend it with confidence. Second, don't get angry or angry. Stay calm. If someone criticizes you, do not get angry and do not become angry. Think about how Stoic philosophy encourages people to be strong and calm. Third, look at things from the other person's point of view. Try to understand other people's perspectives. They may have their own reasons for what they think and may not always agree. They respect the points of view of others and do not get involved in pointless arguments. Fourth, know yourself. Remember that only you really know why you believe what you believe. You've thought about it a lot and have your own reasons. You don't have to be afraid or lack confidence if someone criticizes you. Fifth, keep learning and improving. Instead of getting angry, turn this situation into an opportunity to learn and grow. By looking at things from other people's perspectives, you may be able to change your own views in the future. Stoic philosophy teaches you how to deal with criticism calmly and decisively, helping you stay calm and focus on growth as a person. So if you did the right thing and you still don't understand why the insult was said, you should be happy because you are the only person who really knows you. This is what Epictetus said. You shouldn't feel sorry for people who insult you. That's what they think about you. In conclusion, I'd like to end with this lesson from Epictetus. Do you think you can make it through long enough to be worthy of the highest progress and follow the rules of theory? The philosophical ideas that you should know have been given to you. Are you waiting for a different teacher to get better? Being careless, lazy, and putting things off until later won't help you anymore. Now that you're an adult, life will keep going by while you're blind until the day you die. What do you think about this video? Leave a comment with what you think. If you're new, please like and subscribe so you can follow us on our journey to learn. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.